Okay, we almost forgot to shoot a video. It happens, you get busy. We've just been remembering how the seat belts were installed in here with the retractor. We're not going to tell anybody how to do any safety devices in any way. Do however you feel you must. You'll note when you buy any of these aftermarket kits that they're really sparse on directions, because I'm sure they don't want liability. But whatever you do, make sure it's strong. So we've got it all worked out, how it's going to have to go around the bar because of where the seat will be. And we're getting ready to do the one on this side. And we're just using some generic 3-point kits that you buy. What are they, 50, 100 bucks? I don't know, they're not that expensive. Gives you some locations. We're not going to be using the button side because the seats for this car already have seatbelt ends that work, and anytime you can go OEM you probably should. It's a little nicer, but all of our hard points have weld nuts in the back that were done during the bodywork time. You can see that one's a big reinforced plate over there, and then we've got a right angle bracket that comes in one of the seat kits. And then those even come down and are secured nice and solid under the car. So they're not going to be an issue. And I guess we probably could have made those studs to make our life a little easier. But you can see there's the whole location. So we've already poked through the Dynamat to find it. But yeah, so we're getting ready to do the other one. Yeah, so probably not going to be a super long video tonight. I'm sure I'll shoot at least one more part before I'm done for the night. But I figured I'd better put up a couple minutes for this week, especially since I've been here for a few hours and I've completely forgot about shooting a video. Okay, well, I'm sure you knew I was going to show you this side. And then I don't have the upper shoulder mounts. There actually are shoulder bolts here. I don't have those snugged up because they're going to have to come out for upholstery anyway. We're just trying to make sure we know where everything goes. So those are literally placeholders right now. And notice you do have to wrap around the roll bar a little bit to make this work, because you figure you got to snap to a guy there, but you need to return from his lap. So you don't want it going around a bar where the strap would ever be hitting the bar. Now you've changed the angle that the strap is being pulled in an accident, and you don't want that. You want to follow the basic 3 points that they set up now. So that's kind of where we're at now. And then obviously it's not too hard to change things. I mean, it's just a few bolts. But at some point we will get the seat set in here so we can start marking off where wire can and can't go. Because the seats in here are pretty fancy, and I'm going to have to get that sorted out. Obviously, we still have to figure out the fuel pedal. Got to get a throttle cable in there. It does suck how much is going to be visible. You can't hide much with a tiny dash like this anyway. But then when you lose the entire firewall, that's in fact part of why the seats are going to be back so far. That and 6'7" does change things, and Harlan likes his tiny cars, so no back seat. That's fine. It'll be his radio back there, and a little package tray area, maybe an area to put some snacks. That's about all though. But as much as I hate working around roll cages, this might be one of the cars where I highly recommend it. I think this thing would twist up like a little pretzel without it. So I know I've got Arlen working on building a bracket for our little water valve. So we got the alternate out of the way. We've located these two plates, and we just put some tape down and kind of marked it, and then transferred it over to a piece of paper. Got the holes all marked, and now he's been cutting out a piece of steel, and then we'll transfer that, drill the holes, and then this will be mounted, and it'll be easier to see now than before, roughly right there. And that's going to be nice because this is where the neck will be. So that's going to work out pretty slick. It'll be hidden, it'll be safe, it'll be protected. What more do you want? I'm going to run into stuff because I'm looking at the phone and not the floor. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, with the beauty of the bead roller, we now have our offset for those screw holes. These fit the block good. And now I'm getting ready to drill these out to the size of screw that we picked for those plastic tappers. So this bracket's coming along nicely. Okay, here is our bracket. Now it hasn't been sandblasted and painted and everything, but that is a bracket that's using that hole in the block and a hole in the head. It's going to locate that. You can see. Nice offset in there to one, make it stronger, and two, to kind of keep those bolt holes off the head so they're not rubbing. Yeah, that's going to work out pretty slick. Let's go put it on and see how it fits. Okay, so now I've got the alternate swung out of the way. You can see that's the fit. This is going to go to a right angle right here, so that's going to be in. And then of course this hose is going to come out and around and go into the core, and then the other one's going to come back to a fitting right here. So this gives us, even when it's all the way in as it can go, we're not even touching. And of course when it's adjusted, it was, well, if I put that about midway, that's where she was when she was adjusted. So there's plenty of room for that. So just another bracket to get sandblasted and painted. But yeah, that's going to work out perfectly. And it gets that valve out of the way. It was going to be always suspect over here. And we do have heat shielding coming for the underside of the battery tray. Just because, especially if air isn't moving, heat's going to stack under here. And batteries don't like that. So, alright. That probably is the end of tonight's short video. It's not going to be very long. But we got a few things done.